Once upon a time, in a land where flowers bloomed in every imaginable shade and size, and butterflies danced with the wind, there lived a woman who had longed for a child. She planted a magical flower in her garden, watered it with her tears, and sang songs to it until, one sunny morning, the flower burst open, revealing a tiny, exquisite little girl, no bigger than a thumb. The woman named her Thumbelina. Thumbelina was a sweet and delicate child, with hair as golden as the sun and eyes as blue as the sky. She was kind and gentle, and everyone who met her loved her immediately. The woman doted on Thumbelina, and the two shared a deep bond, their love for each other warming the hearts of all who saw them. One evening, as Thumbelina was sleeping in her walnut shell bed, a large, ugly, and mischievous toad named Grumble came to visit. He had heard of the tiny, beautiful girl and wanted to make her his wife. Grumble hopped into the window, snatched Thumbelina from her bed, and hopped away with her into the night. In his murky pond, Grumble declared his intentions to Thumbelina, but she was filled with dread. She did not want to marry this horrible toad, so she devised a plan. She told Grumble that she would consider his proposal after one condition was met. He had to first introduce her to his friends. Grumble agreed, and they set off on their journey. Along the way, Thumbelina met various animals, each of whom offered her help and advice. First, a kind fish swam alongside her, guiding her away from danger. Then, a helpful butterfly offered to carry her to safety. Finally, a wise field mouse, named Mabel, offered her shelter in exchange for some light housekeeping. Thumbelina worked hard to repay Mabel's kindness. She helped clean the mouse's cozy burrow, made sure it was well stocked with food, and shared stories of her adventures. Mabel, who had grown fond of Thumbelina, decided to introduce her to the most handsome and gentle creature in the woods, a fairy prince. Thumbelina and the prince fell in love at first sight. He was kind, loving, and just her size. They held a grand wedding, and Thumbelina wore a gown made of moonbeams and a veil spun from the finest spider silk. All the woodland creatures celebrated, and Thumbelina and her prince lived happily ever after in their tiny, enchanted world. As the years passed, Thumbelina's story became a beloved legend, passed down through generations. People would often wander into the forest, hoping to catch a glimpse of the charming, thumb-sized princess who had captured the heart of a prince and the imagination of the world.